Well, hello there my game people, this is your fabulous host Viact here, and welcome back to Elliot Quest. And in part number 3 I'm gonna talk about anti-Gamergate versus devs and disabled people. And due to the fact that this has been one hell of a crazy week in the gaming industry, I'm gonna go through some of the highlights of this week. And I'm gonna start off with the crazy Twitter rants by Brianna Wu. Because I think it was yesterday, Brianna Wu told people to boycott the developers called Stardock on Twitter. And they are of course the creators of the Galactic Civilization series. And that made me ask Brianna Wu on Twitter, why do you want to, boycott them in the first place? I just asked her straight out, have you lost your bloody mind? And she of course didn't respond to my tweet. And I don't know, why does Brianna Wu even want to, boycott Stardock in the first place? It raises like a whole bunch of questions, and it also made me think like, has Brianna Wu become the real life version of the Red Queen of Alice in Wonderland? The one that screams off with their heads. Because the whole thing was pretty bizarre, as you might imagine. The next big thing would be like the Moral Crusaders attacking Rockstar and GTA 5. And this is actually the quote from the GTA 5 ban petition page. Please target, we appeal to you as women survivors of violence, including women who experience violence in the sex industry, to immediately withdraw Grand Theft Auto 5 from sale. And I don't know what's to respond to that, because it seems to be no problem whatsoever if a woman kills a woman in GTA 5 or if a woman kills a man in Grand Theft Auto 5. I don't know if that's just me, but that was pretty much the first thing that I thought. It seems to only be like an issue if a guy kills a woman in Grand Theft Auto 5, then it's a problem, but if a woman kills a woman, then it's okay, or if a woman kills a man in Grand Theft Auto 5, then it's no sweat whatsoever. And then you got like the Adam Sessler thing with the DDoS attacks. I don't know if you guys have seen the Vine of that one, but I could just add a link to it if you haven't. Anyhow, Adam Sessler basically said that he's okay with having people, DDoSing people from Gamergate. And I don't know if it's just me, but how exactly would that be a good idea in the very start, How is that going to help anyone? And that's most likely just gonna make things even worse when it comes to, the debate about corruption in the video game industry. Because then it's like you're going from talking to actually attacking real people, if you know what I mean. And that's like the main thing now, attacking people, boycotting, and I don't know what. Then we got like the head subject of the day, and that would be like the anti-Gamergate people versus disabled people. And it's not the first time that I witness anti-Gamergate people that's bullying or harassing disabled people on internet. Mainly YouTube and Twitter in this case, because that's where I'm mostly active. And that makes me wonder, what's the deal with anti-Gamergate and disabled people, and what do they have against them? Because I don't understand it. I mean, they are people too, and they are obviously gamers as well, so what's the fucking deal? But in this case I just happened to see like harassment in like real time, and the person is called Alternative Brew. So I'm gonna talk a bit about what happened last night. And apparently Arcade Sushi and Continue started to trash talk Alternative Brew about his disabilities, and something which they now pretend didn't happen, damage control and all that. And there was quite a few, comments on their behalf, both on Twitter and YouTube. And let me be very clear about one thing. Alternative Rue isn't using his disability as a shield. I just wanted to point that out before I continue any further with this story. And he actually wanted to make that very clear with me when I chatted a bit with him last night over PM on Twitter. Because, some people think he's just using his disabilities to have like a kind of shield against, trash talking whatever if he throws the first stone, if you know what I mean. And I should also point out that there's a whole bunch of print screens of this whole harassment thing that took place on Twitter and YouTube. And when I first saw them, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? How low can you possibly go when you start to like trash talk and harass a person that's disabled? So there's evidence of it, so there won't be any problem backing the facts up, so to speak. But still, again, what's the deal with, anti-Gamergate people and the so-called social justice warriors bashing, talking shit and all that about disabled people? I just don't understand it. I mean, shouldn't they be on, their side? When you hear social justice warriors, ain't they like the people that's supposed to protect and, talk for those who can't talk for themselves and all that? But obviously I'm wrong, that's not how it goes, and I'm just gonna read some of the tweets which I got here. Pardon me here, and this is actually from, I think it's from Twitter. I'm just gonna read it through here. This is from Alternative Rue. I am not mad at my dad, thank you very much. My dad is a good man who worked hard for his family even though I was disabled and a bit of a burden. Then you got Mike Sadorf, and he's from Continue, the Continue show, and he also works for another show which I can't remember right now, but anyhow, he responds like this: is being a fury considered a disability? I wouldn't want to make fun of anyone who's handicapped, but I might have to. Then Alternative Rue says, comments back like this: no, I have a genetic disability that affects my eyes, balance and skin, etc. So if you want to make fun of a disabled person, go ahead. I will just know you and continue stance. Sorry. And the whole thing just goes on, and then Continue actually answers that one to Alternative Rue. Hey guys, what is our stance on malicious unnamed genetic diseases that affect eyes, balance, skin, etc. So he just continues to make fun of Alternative Rue, and he signs with, the whole thing with Josh, so I guess that's his name. And Alternative Rue answers like this: it's a congenital bilateral nystagmus with complication of partial, rentral and skin albashin mud or culture plate warping. So it's very hard to pronounce some of these words. And then it just goes on with some other guy just making even more fun about it. I think it's called Corvius or something like that. He says like kind of a coup to go for the not your shield defense and then claim that you're disabled so they can't make fun of you. Can't have it both ways, although it's a trend in GG, which of course would be Gamergate. And then Alternative Rue says, obviously you have no idea what not your shield is. Also obviously you didn't look at the whole conversation. Doesn't matter. I unsubbed both of them and continue just passing it around later. Then you got some guy called Jimmy Snow answering Alternative Rue. I'm only replying cause you keep saying later but return to this comment and I want you to do it again. And then you got the last one by Corvus again, answering Alternative Rue. I know exactly what it is, and I read the whole conversation. Sorry, keep moving goalposts later. And the thing is this, when I read all the comments and all that, because I keep talking with Alternative Rue, so I guess I became something of a, not like a white knight, because that's the last thing he needs. He can speak for himself, but I just felt like I needed to get this out because it's pretty fucking bizarre and sick, to be honest. And I took a look at some of Alternative Rue's videos, because he's obviously a fan of Sonic the Hedgehog, which I just happens to be a fan of as well. So I just found like a liking for the guy, because, you know, saw what happened, and I saw that he was a fan of Sonic the Hedgehog, and then I could relate to the previous attacks on disabled people. And I found it somewhat bizarre that, you know, you got Brianna Wu talking on TV that she's harassed and all that, and then you got Anita Sarkeesian talking about the same thing, but then you got stuff like this going on, and there's pretty much no one talking about it, and it's actually attacks and harassments from the anti-Gamergate people and social justice warriors. And I just wanted to get it out pretty much and give my thoughts on it. And I don't know if there's been any like further harassments to Alternative Rue today, because I haven't talked to him since this early morning, because I had to ask him for permission to even mention him, because I didn't want to get him into trouble or anything like that, because I don't know his like occupation in life, so to speak, because this might be a sensitive topic if you work in, you know, certain kind of jobs. So I just asked him if it was alright for me to make this video, and I got his, you know, thumbs up to make this video, so to speak, and hopefully he will find this video appealing, so he won't be disappointed in my work, so to speak. And I'm just still trying to like understand this whole thing with the anti-Gamergate people and their hate towards disabled people, because I can't honestly say that I have seen any video on the topic or seen any article about it. I don't know if I can like claim that I'm the first person to talk about it, but at least I'm one of the first to bring it up. And I hope that more people will start to understand that this is starting to get like a issue, because it's something that I have seen for the past, I think it's 3 months or something like that. This would be, I think the case with Alternative Rue would be the 5th or 6th case that I have seen since September, I think. And some say that they're just like people like this Mike dude that says that, oh, they're just, you know, pretending to have disabilities so they can play out the Not Your Shield card. But the thing is this, Not Your Shield is not about having disabilities. Not Your Shield is about, you can be anyone. You can be a homosexual, you can be a disabled person, you can be a black person, you can be a Hindu, you know, different religions. It's about multiculturalism, you know what I mean? So it's like everyone is welcome to be a part of it, no matter what kind of person you are and all that. So the thing is this, this Corvus guy doesn't even seem to understand what the Not Your Shield is about, because it's not about disabilities, because that makes it kind of odd on its own, because since when was it a disability to have like a different religion, you know, faith, skin color or sexual orientation? Since when was that a disability? But I don't know, maybe this Corvus guy has a different opinion on that, I don't know. But I'm just giving my thoughts and opinions and my 5 cents to it, and I just think this whole thing is fucked up, to be honest. Because, I mean, I have no disabilities besides using glasses. And once I was really overweight, but besides that I have no disabilities, but I have, you know, have an understanding for people that have disabilities, and there are some really mean and fucking evil people in the world, you know, that makes fun of people with disabilities, and I'm not cool with it. So I just hope that we can deal with it the best way we can, if you know what I mean. And I hope that Alternative Rule doesn't feel too bad about it now that he see that there are people that, you know, taking stand against this bullshit. Because honestly, I just hope that this whole thing with Gamergate and the fight, you know, over corruption and all that, that it will end, so we can, you know, go back to gaming and all that. Because that's what the video game industry should be about, having fun and playing games and, you know, having a great time, pretty much. And that's all I can say about this topic, so just like always, feel free to subscribe, and of course comment if you want to. So just take care, people. This is Viact signing out. Bye bye.